Augustine was declared missing, and a search began immediately. My father, my mother, the police, none of them believed the story I told them. I can't say I blame them. Would you believe me? Do you find yourself believing me now? Whether you believe me or not, it's verifiable fact that he was never found. The search was called off after 6 months, and he was declared legally dead after a year. I spent 4 years in an institution. Nobody was quite sure what to make of my involvement in this. My father thought, probably still thinks, for all I know, that I made it up to try to get out of serving, and that Father Augustine's disappearance was a coincidence. I'll never understand how someone is able to delude themselves so completely to believe something as ridiculous as that. My mother thought I must have seen what had happened and had some kind of mental break because of it. She thought eventually I'd remember and I would be able to tell everyone what happened to Father Augustine. After my years in the institution, it became clear that was never going to happen. Perhaps she was disappointed in me. Perhaps she found a way to hate me. Who knows? I never will. I haven't had any contact with my parents in years. After I was released and declared mentally sound, I went to live with my grandparents on my mother's side. They loved and cared for me, in some ways more than my parents ever had. That's not to say my parents were bad people, it's just that, well, church was one of many things they cared about more than they cared about me. I went back to school, got my GED. At my grandfather's suggestion, I ended up becoming an electrician. Life has been all right since then. I've moved on, so to speak. But I never put the incident behind me. I've been researching. From the moment I was able to get access to a computer unsupervised, I've been looking, and this is what I've found. Father Augustine's real name was Anthony Malkovich. He was born in a small town in Missouri in 1952. He was not ordained to the priesthood until 1987. Between 1952 and 1987, he lived in 3 states. He started in Missouri, moved to Kansas, and eventually came to Iowa. His time in Missouri stretched from 1952 to 1970. During this time, 6 children disappeared in his hometown. None of them were ever found. From 1970 to 1985, he lived in Kansas. In his new county of residence, 6 children disappeared. None of them were ever found. His stint in Iowa was brief, from 1985 to 1987. He lived in a larger city here, but I was able to identify 6 more missing children. Guess how many of them were found? I lost track of his movements after 1987, but then in 1994 he appeared as a priest in my hometown in South Dakota. According to the records I've found, between 1994 and his disappearance in 2001, 3 more children disappeared and have never been found. I don't know what this all means. I'd like to present you with a gift-wrapped, fully solved mystery. No loose ends, no questions left unanswered. But I can't. I don't know if Father Augustine was responsible for all these disappearances. I don't know why they always came in groups of 6. I don't know what he was going to do with me that day in the church. I'd like to know these things. But what I'd really like to know is what stopped him and why. That thing in the rafters, did he call it up from the depths of hell? Were the children meant to be sacrifices for it? Was Father Augustine a slave to it or master over it? Is it still there, waiting in the shadows for a new master or a new victim? But beyond all of these questions, one reigns supreme. If it's not God, and I certainly hope it isn't then, what the hell is the thing in the rafters?